Hi Scorpio, how are we today? Just doing our weekly readings. Yes, I have been away and we've missed out on a few of the weekly readings, but we are back and seeing what's happening for you at the moment. There is quite a few all signs videos last week, so go back and check those out if you haven't already, especially that shadow work reading. That was quite an extensive full moon last week, so we do have that big shadow work reading to check out from that as well. Okay, please subscribe to the channel if you're not already. I do really appreciate that. I am this week using the Spirit of the Animal Oracle. I do have the modern lenormand with me, as well as the romantic fairy love oracle. Okay, getting into it for you, Scorpio. Starting off with that Spirit of the Animal Oracle, I do just want to let you all know that if you do have any, when we see your animal of the week, if you do have any particular knowledge about that animal or an impression of that animal, you maybe know some of its traits and behaviors, and it's somehow, it's popping into your head when you see that animal. Pay attention to that. We've even seen this week, for some particular people, the color of the animal was important. So, whatever's popping into your intuition, make sure you're listening to that. This particular deck really does like you to use your own intuition as well as what the card is sort of telling you. Okay, Scorpio. Scorpio, what does Scorpio need to know right now? What's going on for our Scorpios? Oh, such a fun energy. We have the raccoon, okay? The inventors. And, little trash pandas, but I love raccoons. I think they're so cute. We don't have them here in Australia, but they're super cute. Have you ever seen, I've seen it on like Instagram and stuff, the reels and that, where people that have got little pet raccoons, and oh my gosh, they're so cute. I really would love a pet raccoon, but it's obviously not going to happen here in Australia. The interesting thing about this particular card, you can see these little raccoons here. They're up in that tree, but look, they're trying to follow this butterfly. So chasing your transformation. You're very, very, close to a huge transformation, I feel, Scorpio. We do have that is the inventor card. It does say, decide on what you really want. You have the ingenuity to claim it. Avoid being the trickster and practice integrity. You have many roles and can juggle them well. Okay, so avoid being the little rat bag raccoon, but practice being clever and doing things in ways that maybe you've never thought of before. Chasing transformation, trying to change the way that you're doing things, that you're looking at things, doing things in brand new ways for yourself this year. Really deciding on what it is that you actually want, and how can I transform my energy and what I'm doing here in order to get that transformation. Being clever about it, all right, because we do see raccoons, they can sort of, they work out weird little ways of getting what they want, don't they? That's why people call them trash pandas, because they worked out how to open trash cans. We call them rubbish bins here in Australia, but they've worked it out, and they climb into the big dumpsters and all that sort of stuff. They work it out. If there's not where there's a will, there's a way. I'm kind of getting there for you, Scorpio. It's if you can't see the way, the more and more that that's it. I need to find a way. I will find a way. And lo and behold, something that nobody's ever thought of before. And here you are, enacting that, and having it work for you as well. So, you're not letting not knowing how to do it stop you from doing it anyway, which is really fun. I really like that energy for you. You're inventing new ways of doing things. Scorpio, what's going on for Scorpio? What does Scorpio need to know right now? So yeah, you don't feel pressured to follow the traditional guidelines on how to do it either. It's kind of like I'm getting like, if you're trying to make a cake, for example, and you've been given the recipe, you've been given the list of ingredients, but you're like, oh, I'm missing that one ingredient, but you're like, do you know what? I'm just going to try this. I'm just going to, use this instead. And then to compensate for, extra dry stuff, I'm going to add in a little bit of extra this. And, I might put this in my mixture as well. And then all of a sudden, look, bam, you've invented some brand new flavor cake and it's amazing. Okay. Not going to lie, I kind of embraced that energy this week myself. I did just make a cheesecake. I've been into the cheesecakes lately. I did try a no-bake cheesecake. It was my first time trying the no-bake ones, but I think I prefer the baked cheesecakes, to be honest. I'm going to go back to the baked cheesecakes from now on. But I tried it out with, I used raw honeycomb in the cheesecake, which is, I could not find any recipes using it, but it worked really well. So and it tastes great. So it's just a new sort of thing. I've got a white chocolate and honey raw honey cheesecake. It was really nice. Well, still got it in my fridge, but whatever. Scorpio. Sorry, I feel like I always go on tangents when I'm talking to you, Scorpio. I can definitely see why we're needing to be the little inventor here. I just want to ask here, because I'm kind of seeing this is why we need to see that raccoon energy. But like, where does that take Scorpio? So if Scorpio, okay, taking that in mind, if Scorpio embraces the raccoon energy, what comes of this? What comes of this if Scorpio embraces the raccoon energy, please? Okay, so we do see, I'm picking up on a lot of kind of masculine energy, logical, rational kind of energy in your reading, rather than like head-based energy, thinking things, trying to think very logically and rationally about things, overthinking a lot here too, because we see stress coming through here with the mice to start us off. Things that. So I kind of feel like what's happening for you this week is there's a specific problem that you're trying to overcome. Okay, I'll just run through this, because we have the mice here. We have the masculine energy. We have the bear energy, followed by the mountain. So for some of you, the obstacle that you are trying to overcome this week, it could actually be a person, somebody who is very strong, powerful, with that bear energy, they could physically be quite tall and strong and, powerful type masculine energy, regardless of gender here. So you may be trying to overcome some sort of blockage or delay to do with this person, or the loss of this person, or this person has kind of, you feel as though this person has left you feeling less than, or because the bear quite often is that boss type of energy as well. So it could be like an authority type, boss type person. It could also just be you. I'm seeing here as well that you are the one who, although you're very strong and powerful in your own right, maybe you do have some sort of blockages, obstacles that you're trying to overcome this week. It does feel as though the obstacles are connected to this, that in the sense that the obstacle is either, a loss of some sort. It could be a financial loss or some sort of financial stress that you're going through. It could be something being taken from you. It could be, stuck in the past a little bit here. You're overthinking things from the past and how much you've, missed out on, missed opportunities you've lost in the past, that kind of stuff. It could also be, the loss of boundaries, somebody that has overstepped your boundaries here a little bit as well. Um, maybe somebody, trying to take advantage of your strength, and it's actually just left you feeling like you have no choice but to be strong, and that's the blockage here. But it's kind of telling me that, that's what we're needing to be very inventive about. We're needing to approach it from different ways. Okay, so you're currently approaching things from overthinking them and trying to think them through very, very clearly, which is we need to look at an alternate way. Invent a brand new way of looking at that, rather than being so strong and powerful in thought and mind and rational and logical. By thinking everything through, rather than doing that, because it feels like that, your perseverance with that is just it's keeping you a little bit stuck at the bottom of this obstacle, where you're not actually getting over it, you're not actually climbing through it, you're not actually working through that blockage there. Whereas what I'm actually seeing here is the way to work through it, because when I've clarified what happens when we put that raccoon energy down for you, then we see the fox, the tower, and the heart. So we can clearly see the heart is opposite to that logical, rational energy. The fox still is quite rational, logical. So what actually happens though is that you are then in balance, okay? And you're actually, yes, you're still thinking things through very clearly and logically, but you're actually taking into consideration your emotional component, the way that you feel about the situation, your intuition on the situation, your passion and desire to, have the result that you want with the situation this week. We do also see the tower in the middle. Okay, so you do have the foundation to solve this within you. All right, you have it already within you to actually solve this. It's just about balancing yourself out a little bit more, and looking at things from that other perspective as well, and sort of having a look at things from a different kind of way, not the normal manual. You're not following the recipe this week. You're really, hang on, how about if I throw in a dash of emotion and my passion, and if I, whatever's coming up for me when I'm trying to deal with this situation, if I feel angry, trying to utilize that anger, and balance that out with the logic, and how can I use my anger as a force to change this somehow, rather than right now currently you're trying to block that anger and not take that anger on board at all. Not necessarily anger for a lot of you, but I do feel for a lot of you it is actually using those negative emotions to inspire the passion and desire to have the result that you want here. I do feel there may be some negative emotions popping up here for a couple of you. We do have the tower there, like I said, in the middle. So that does also show us that acting independently, you may need to isolate yourself for a little bit here as well, to really sort of stop and think things through, when it comes to balancing it out, isolating, separating yourself from the situation, and really trying to consciously think of how can I utilize, my emotional component in a logical way. It may just sort of mean that you need to separate yourself from the situation in order to do so. All right. But overall, you do have the strength and the power within you to solve this issue. It's just maybe not in the way that you thought that you need to follow those directions on solving any issues that are coming up for you this week. Okay, but having a look at love and romance for you, Scorpio. Scorpio, what's going on for Scorpio with love and romance? Very interesting. I am seeing the workplace romance card coming through first. So I am feeling that this is connecting back to whatever's going on in your general for the week here. It does say common cause connection. So, I feel like that's actually, because a workplace romance, once again, it's that mix of logical, rational, the workplace, the romantic, the heart, the emotions. And it's that putting them both together somehow. So I feel like that's just referring to that, bringing the heart back into bringing the heart into the workplace, bringing your passion into the workplace. You're trying to think through things just work mind, but what if there was a romantic spin on an emotional spin on the situation, and that's going to sort of really help you find that the answer, that there is some sort of link there that is going to pop up for you. We do have the love language gift giving. Tokens of reciprocity hold cherished memories. I'm picking up, Scorpio, for some of you, you may actually be looking back through, gifts that somebody has given you. And I'm picking up that for a lot of you, in yourself, they're seen as gifts. It's a gift, but it may be like words. I'm picking it's someone may have said something to you that it's kind of like a gift that, somebody's saying something to you. Like, because I'm seeing you like reading text messages or something like that. And that's something that they've said to you in those text messages. That's the gift, is to sort of, giving you a compliment without any expectation of anything in return for that compliment. Or it may be actual gifts for some of you here as well. Some of you may be actually receiving some sort of love romantic gesture this week when it comes to physical objects. But I'm seeing sort of love letters as well, and the text message love letters and actual love letters. So you may just sort of, for some of you, it's kind of you're reflecting back upon gifts that have been given to you in the past, and seeing that is someone's way of showing you love. But we do see healing connection coming through there as well. Your romance will transform your life. I do feel as though for a lot of you here, it's more to do with healing that connection between yourself and your own emotions, because what I'm seeing there with that, your general energy, you are a little bit blocked from your emotional self. So you're healing that connection with your emotions this week, and that will transform your life. That's the raccoon inventor transformation that we're chasing. Okay, so I'm not really feeling that love connections, whether you are or are not with somebody. I don't feel as though they're your priority this week. I feel as though it's whatever else is going on. You are sort of chasing some sort of transformation, and the answer lies in love, the love that you hold within your own heart, the emotion that you have within you. That's where the answer actually lies for you this week, and it helps you, invent that brand new way of looking at things for yourself, and healing that connection with your own emotional self, so that you can balance out the logic and the emotion. All right, that's what we have for you this week, Scorpio. You are more than welcome to check your other placements, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you all again soon.